Well, hello everyone. We've been at it for a few hours now. If you haven't seen my last video, you might want to watch it or let you know that we had to move our operation. The hot spot that we have on the claim, I guess forestry decided they didn't want us there. They removed the bridge that gets us to the back half of our claim. Completely, just took it out. Came in to set up, came in to check before we set up, and the bridge was gone completely. So we've been here for a few hours working. We're moving our whole setup up to the front site. I had two different spots on the now that were two different dig sites. So the front one is still accessible. Unfortunately, we hadn't put any effort into it yet, so we didn't have anything set up for it. That's what we're doing today. We're setting it up. Dad's over here. He's setting, oh no, he's taking a break. Setting up the base for the wash plant. We have to dig out the bank for a spot to put it. Coming along nicely.
And everything's level.
You're almost there.
I think I am there.
Perfect. We can bring the wash plant in and set it in place and see what it looks like. I'm over here with my new toy, the bobcat. Yes, bought one. I'm digging the tailings pond. Now, the gravel in the bottom of this tailings pond actually does have some gold in it. This is a hole that we were working before, and there is some pretty good, not good, there is some gold here. So I'm stockpiling the material out of the tailings pond, and it'll be the first stuff we run through the plant. Unfortunately, this stuff is nowhere near as rich as the stuff in the behind that I can't get to anymore. But it gives us something to run to start with. Probably a quarter of the gold here than what was up in behind. Oh, gotta show you this. My wife may have been a little bit upset when I bought it on a bobcat. Insisted that I paint the whole thing pink. I think she was joking. So I painted the bucket pink. Well, the sides of the bucket pink to keep the wife happy. She just rolled her eyes and laughed at me. Try to keep her happy. Well, we probably have the rest of the day's work before we can start running anything, so we're here for 3 days. Hopefully tomorrow we get to run for a bit. Well, we got the wash plant in position. Wash plant and sluice down below it too. There's the hopper we can dump into with the bobcat. The grizzly here for all the rocks to go off. Dad's going to man the grizzly and pull all the rocks off it because we never found a way to shake them off better. And the sluice is underneath. There we go, the sluice underneath the whole thing. And we will need to play with the bobcat here a bit more and create more of an outflow because the water has to follow the ground right underneath the truck. It won't be there, to the tailings pond. I think Dad's pooped.
Huh?
Oh, he's contemplating. Contemplating how pooped he is.
No, I'm just contemplating. I'm trying to figure out what this piece of plywood in here is for.
A few minor modifications for the new grizzly. Dad just has to mount it in properly. And I think we can pull some water up here and see how this works. Oh look, a friend.
You're taking pictures of bugs?
Yeah. He wants to see what we're doing. So the coarse tailings will drop off there. I'll be able to come in and pick them up with the bobcat, take them away. The fine tailings are going to come out the end here, and we're going to make it so they basically fall into a pit-ish type thing right there that I can come in with a bobcat and grab and take them away. And then the water goes down there, and if we do find we're putting too much water onto this ground, we can recirculate from that pond if we have to. So the ground can't take it. We're getting there. Let's hope we find some gold. Hey look, we have a bobcat and a hoe. All the equipment we need.
You're an ass.
Well, we're getting there. Dad's just about to fire up the pump and see if we can get water up this far. Something we hadn't thought about yet is we have to lift the water a fair distance from the creek to get here. And at the old site, it was basically neutral. It was right at water level, no lift. And we only had just enough water. So now that we're lifting 30 feet, whatever it might be, we might end up with a lack of water. So we may have to bring up the second pump. We'll see. He's just getting it all primed and ready to go. He's gonna fire it up. Oh, I hear it. And let's see what we get for water. Make sure all the joints are held together nicely here. Looks like Dad put some extra tape on. Let's move his gloves so they don't get wet. We got 4 or 5 yards of dirt ready to go. It's not good stuff though. Feel lucky if, oh, that didn't sound good. Pump died. I think we'll be lucky if we have a 1/4 gram a yard over there. 4 or 5, that's only a gram or 2. I hear the pump again. I hear the pump running. Oh, I see water coming. Oh, I see lots of air coming. And water! And obviously a big leak. We have water. We have a big leak as well, but that's okay. Is that all the pump has? Is that all the pump has, Dad?
That's all I know about it.
Yep, we need another pump. Oh, yes. I need to seal that joint. Okay, shut her down. Looks like the water's going to get back to the tailings pond nicely. We just don't want it there right yet. That's why we shut it down, because we're still digging it out. I would rather not dig in soup. Well, we're getting there, slowly but surely. Just finished setting up my tent, and I realized I still have my hard hat on. I guess it'd be a dangerous job setting up camp. Dad's set up the camp kitchen, ready to go, and he now wants to learn how to set up a dome tent. I was just bragging how fast I could set up my tent. Oh, anyhow, dinner time. Eat this thing off. Well, we're ready to start running the wash plant for the first time here. We're going to try to move that pile through it. That is the stuff out of the tailings pond down there. And we're going to see if it holds anything. If we find it has stuff in it, we may not fill the tailings pond with tailings, and we may dig more out of here. But we'll have to see once we clean out a couple yards worth of stuff. Yeah, it's just starting up the wash plant. Ooh, trip over a rock. Starting up the pump. We don't have nearly enough water. We need a bigger pump, or we need a high pressure pump or something, because we don't have enough water. We're going to make it work for today, but we need more water. Dad's just down there right now trying to start the pump. We can get going. Well, it is working, sort of. We definitely have some problems. Definitely need more water. And we have to sort of redig our tailings channel here. But it's now working nice. We've been going for maybe half an hour and we fill it upon that much. We'll see how she does. We just took a bit of a break to do some modifications, so it did go down a bit while we were breaking. We're just running the last little bit of about a yard through. Clean up and see what we got. We're gonna pull a little 1-inch pump out here for next day and see if we can use that to just help the guy that's running the plant wash things through.
I'm gonna put one more 2x4 under that end. Just about perfect.
A little bit better, steeper?
Oh yeah. A lot of stuff going right through, even on the bottom of that.
Excellent. But you can see there's some rocks that are starting going through there. We just don't have quite enough water. And I'm hoping if we run for a long time that this becomes a bit more of a ditch beside where the bobcat has to run. Although we're just running the tailings pond material stuff right now. And once that's gone, we'll be coming in from the other end with material. We won't have to worry about driving beside the creek. And I think probably each morning after we run, we'll dig out the tailings pond. I don't think I want to dig it when it's wet like that, so let it all seep away and just deal with the muck afterwards. I'm trying to figure out how to deal with the tailings here while still leaving enough room to move. Is it all through?
I don't have another short 2x.
Is it all through, Dad?
Almost all. There. Get rid of that end.
We'll do it once we've got all the material out. No point trying to lift it while it's got material in it.
Oh, it's all out.
Oh, we'll get it all out. It's not all out. Well, day 1 done. We're very, very tired now. We ran probably most of a yard of the stuff out of the bottom of the tailings pond. And it had a lot of gold in it. Well, a lot of fine gold. It was about what I expected. Out of a yard, we maybe got 0.2 of a gram. Maybe. So we have a whole bunch stockpiled, and maybe at some point we'll run it, but I think tomorrow morning I will go and start digging from the actual trench that I have on my permits and see if the gold there is any better. Let's hope. Really sucks, because if we were in behind where we were supposed to be digging, we probably could have got a 1/4 ounce today. Oh well. Tomorrow's another day. Let's see if we can get some more tomorrow. The mosquitoes are out. It's dreadful. Well, it seems to be siesta time here at the mine. We've been going, this is day 2, and we've been going for half the day. And Dad decided it's time for a nap, of course. And Pete had to go home. His wife wanted him home by 1 or something like that, so he had to go home. I tried laying down for a nap, but couldn't sleep. We did run for about 4 hours this morning, and we've been stopped for probably an hour now, and the tailings pond is not draining away. It took the whole morning to fill up, but now we've stopped for an hour and it's only gone down maybe 8 inches. So the ground is not absorbing it here. Now I watched it as it started to overflow. It never did actually overflow, but it started coming close to overflowing, and I saw that that would be the first spot it went. But it had come right out here onto the gravels as well. So I just dug a little bit of a trench. I'm going to divert the overflow into this low spot here and let it sort of just seep off into that low spot. Water the trees a bit. So it'll give us a little bit longer run time. I'm not too worried about the overflow actually. If it does overflow this bank, it's a long, long ways down to the creek still. And there's a big low spot down there that would take a ton of water before it ever thought about getting back to the creek. So I'm not too worried about that. But I'm just surprised it didn't. The ground is not absorbing it like it would have over on the other side. Over on the other side, you can run all day long and the ground just takes it. We did do one cleanup earlier, just to see how we were doing after maybe about 2 yards worth of material. We cleared out the top mats, and yeah, there is more material than the stuff from the tailings pond, but not much. In fact, we probably did double the amount of material and got about double the amount of gold, so really about the same. I am very disappointed. Love to get back onto the hot stuff over there on the other side of the non-existent bridge, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. I think next week I'll see if I can take some time and go and explore those old roads and see if I can find one that we can open up to get the bobcat in over there. Because the amount of time we've been running now, we should have at least an ounce worth of gold on the other side. I doubt we have a gram right now. Very disappointing. What do you do? I can show you where we were digging today. Digging out the other side. Had a small electrical problem with the bobcat this morning. Glow plugs wouldn't glow. We managed to bypass the key, get the solenoid going, get them warmed up, and no problem. So I ended up making a little trail down to where I'm digging, down the hill here, because I didn't want to take the bobcat out to the main road. It's an active logging road and there's logging trucks going by all the time. So I did not want the bobcat on the main road. So I made a little secondary road here so I can bypass the main logging road. And that's where I've been digging out this bank here. Now, I started getting paranoid about the 30 meter mark, the 10 meter mark, 30 foot mark, just because even though I'm digging there, the bobcat was disturbing the ground over here, and I know I'm awfully close to the 10 meter mark from the creek where you're not allowed to disturb anything. So we took out the tape measure and started measuring it. You can see the pink marks in the rock here. We marked it out. And it goes up that way. Oh, up that way. So, let's look here. 10 meter mark, right along there. Just barely missing it. We're probably digging at the 11 to 12 meter mark, though the bobcat is backing up right to the 10 meter mark. And because there is a road right here, I'm actually not disturbing any greenery for quite a ways anyways. There's some big rocks in there that have been moving, and I got a couple that I gotta get out before I keep going. See what's there. Well, end of day 2. I'm a little happier after the last clean out. Still nothing great, but we actually started seeing some of the bigger gold that this place is known for. So that's about 2 yards worth of material. Still maybe half a gram, but not much. Not what we can get from the other site, but I'm happier on one nice piece. One really nice piece there. No nuggets yet, but a little bit more promised. I'm feeling a bit better. It's a little bit more promising what we're getting. So we're gonna run another couple yards tomorrow morning of that stuff and see how we do. Second long day, I'm starting to get beat.
Creek boundary is marked with a pink line. Through the rock. It's our 10-meter line from the creek. Overburden up, dumping it higher on the bank.
Well, we've stopped sluicing for the 3-day trip because we know there's going to be a fair amount of cleanup to do and reclamation. We've done sort of our preliminary cleanups and like 1.5 grams after moving, I would say somewhere between 6 to 8 yards of dirt. So not very good. And we definitely decided it's not worth it for a small scale like that. If someone could run 10 yards an hour or maybe 20 yards an hour, something like that, a bigger operation, they could make this pay. But with us, 1 to 2 yards an hour, it just, no, not enough gold. Here's the hole we dug, fairly big. We stayed outside our 30-foot or 10-meter setback the whole way. We had a couple of rocks roll outside. I'll push those back in. I'll push those back into the pit here. I'm going to take a little bit of time and clean up the road a bit. Some previous prospectors let tailings go across the road. And I'm going to just take the bobcat and move those tailings off the road. And clean up the road into the campsite here. Because it's a ratty old thing. I'll clean it up with the bobcat so campers can come in here and easily knock down the bank so it's safe. Fill in the hole with the big boulders. Come up here maybe in the next couple days with Alex and throw some grass seed around. Clean up that one. The trench is supposed to be 50 feet long, and really we've only done 3 feet of it, so there's lots of material that we can still do. I'm going to leave this access road here, though I will come and put grass seed on it. That way in the future, if we do want to continue working down there, we don't have to go out onto the main road to bring the material up to the plant. Just too many logging trucks going by to go out on the main road, so use this little access road. I'll make sure it stays here, but I will seed it and make sure it's nice and throw some boughs and twigs and whatnot across it. I'll flatten out our coarse tailings here, and again throw some seed on it. And I'll actually dig some of the topsoil that's close by and just put over top of those tailings. We managed to leave the road in better shape than we found it, so this road is good. Yeah, it's packing up the small pump right now. We're going to leave the base of the wash plant here, but we're taking the wash plant back. We will flag it off. We have caution tape, so we'll put caution tape around it and flag it off, but we will leave the base here for future use. And I am going to leave the tailings both fine and coarse right beside the base. for now. This section of road has a bit of cleanup to do because we had our tailings running down it. I will take some of the material there and push back over to make the road nice. And we're going to flag off the tailings pond here so we can use it in the future. But we don't want people falling into the muck in the next couple days. It'll take a couple days for it to harden up in there. And yeah, this little pile here, I'm going to leave the pile on the side because that's actually good dirt we could run. It probably has 0.2 per yard in it. But I'm going to take this stuff, even though it is good dirt, and sort of remake the road with it. I might push some of it off to the side. And our tailings, we sort of made them overflow into a little swampy area over here. And then they slowly started overflowing here and running down the hill, but really they only got about 10 feet down the hill before they just disappeared into the ground. Hardly went anywhere. So, discharge of water was no problem at all, even though we ran for basically 2.5 days. Well, I'm gonna hop in the bobcat and start filling in that hole. Well, there it is, all reclaimed. Pit filled in. The bank knocked down so anything dangerous was not going to fall. Threw some old wood and a bush actually in on top. Not that the bush will live there and die, but that looks good. Touched up the road. The road is now nicely drivable. One good rainstorm on this and it'll be back to new. Some grass seed over there. Oh, I should throw some grass seed on it too. Time to go reclaim the upper road. There we go.
That's better than we found it.
Upper road reclaimed. And put one of the old timbers in front of the tailings pond. We'll also put flagging tape across the front, just to make sure that the ATVers don't try to go and play around in the muck, because it'll take a day or two for that water to go away, and then there'll be a nasty muck in the bottom. So we'll make sure we flag this one off. Dad's devised a way that we can lift the wash plant with the bobcat, so we can just load it straight into the truck with the bobcat. That'll be nice. Let's see if it works. Woohoo. Well, picked it up with the bobcat, worked quite nicely. I'll be able to drive it down to the truck and just load it straight in just like that. We will be leaving the frame there. We'll be taking the sluice pad. My dad just called me fat. We'll take the sluice, but we'll leave the frame where it is for the next time.
Here we are, cautiously leaving the site. Lurch.
Yeah, go grab the screw gun before it goes for a ride.
Yep. Tailings pond blocked off and flagged off. Base there, all flagged off. Road's in nice shape. We're mostly packed up down the camp. Now it's time to load up the wash plant into the truck.
Curl down. Using the bobcat to load the sluice. Unfortunately, in a rain and hailstorm. I won't be able to videotape myself pushing it in because I need. Let me push it, Dad.
Well, we're all loaded up. Dad just has to turn the beast around. And we're in the middle of one heck of a thunderstorm. Anyhow, I better help him back up. And we're out of here. 3 days of mining. I'll try to take a shot of the gold we found and put it at the end of the video. Until the next one.